Hello and welcome, I'm Tim and this is TimBatSea. And we are in the beautiful Kills. You can see a scrap barge going by here. That's Staten Island over here, and this is Bayonne, New Jersey in all her splendor. The guys right now are taking in the lines, and we are getting underway, and we're going to be going to a ship out in Stapleton, Anchorage. I've already called into traffic, and traffic has given me the clearance to go, but I do have an inbound guy coming around the corner that I just want to call and let him know what I'm doing. On the Robert Burton from the Anacostia. Robert Burton, Anacostia. Well, that seems odd. Robert Burton, come up on 1-3. See if that works. Tried him on the VTS channel. Robert Burton, Anacostia.
Yeah, we're on 1-3, Kemp, go ahead.
Hey, good morning. I just want to let you know I'm signaling up lines here over at Gordon's, and I see you coming around the corner there. Maybe I see you on 2 when you come by, if that's cool with you.
Anybody else eastbound besides the Foxy?
I don't believe so.
Okay, Kemp, see you on 2.
All right.
Vessel traffic. J. Michael, we'd like to check out, please.
Okay, so now these guys are just down to, well, looks like 3 lines left.
Robert. Good morning. I'm just coming up on the... All right, Tim, we're down to the last 2. We're on the same business.
All right, go ahead, take them in. I'll give you a little bit of back to try to take some pressure off. So the tide right now is ebbing, so the tide is going out this way. So that means everything's wanting to go straight ahead. So I just backed up a little bit, and that takes a little pressure off of their lines. Now, one problem I have is this last cluster over here does not have a pad. So what that means is I can't lean up against it. It's a kind of a can opener there. I don't know if you can see that. See that right down there? No pad on there. So I think my plan right now is to go up to the next thing, which would be right over here, and find that pad and put the corner of the barge on there and twist to get a little bit of angle. The problem is that I'm setting this way. It's not like the tide is going to rip the bow off. It'll come off a little bit, but not like crazy. Looks like they got it.
All right, Tim, hold on to it.
All right, good deal. 0720 underway. I'm going to go up to that last pad, put the corner of the barge on there, and roll her in. Roll her out.
Bravo 4. Go ahead. Get underway, please.
Okay, all stop.
American.
Just gliding up here.
Going to roll the bow in or roll the bow out?
Going to roll the bow out. Now I've got 2 engines astern, trying to slow this thing down.
About 15 feet of barge left.
Yes, sir.
Robert 4, southbound ferry mark.
Okay, good coverage.
Water mark.
You're on that mid-water.
Morning, Ken. It's 2 off. You get your slow down.
All right, gonna roll her right here. We got the Robert Burton coming around the corner there, so give him a little bit of time to get over to the other side, and we'll roll this stern in. Everything should be cool.
Another 10 feet, you're going to lose this fender.
Never happened.
Alright, you just touched, you're about to touch up on her now.
All right. So you can see what's going on down there. See, I'm rolling right on that. There's a little fender right there, a little pad. Here comes that guy around the corner over there. You can see the bow coming out. Traffic from the Anacostia. We are underway at this time, and I've made arrangements with the Robert Burton.
Roger, the top speed. Robert Burton coming up on your position now. That's the terminal. Opposite is the Port Skyler. That's off of Northport there, outbound for Henry Street.
Copy it all. Thank you so much.
Traffic, the first one.
Okay, so now I've put my rudder hard to port, and I'm coming ahead with both engines, and that should lift the stern right off that pad. See how she's coming right off? And away we go. All right. So that's it. Let me, well, I guess you can see.
We're going to ship in.
Yeah, and the ship's right around the corner, so it shouldn't be more than 15, 20 minutes, something like that.
Roger that.
Okay, so you can see this guy has not dove over to the other corner like I was wanting him to, but I can kind of understand that. If you notice, he doesn't have an upper wheelhouse.
Right, if the ship's okay with it, I'd like to go port side too, if that's at all possible. It's not critical, but my starboard crane's acting up a little bit.
All right, finest kind. I will see if I can make that happen for you.
Okay, no worries, anyway.
Cool. All right, so this guy right here is bringing this trash barge. If you notice, he doesn't have an upper wheelhouse. So he can't see over the side, you know, anything on the other side of him. So I understand why he'd want to hug everything on my side. But we had made arrangements for 2 whistles, which means see him on 2. So that's a starboard to starboard pass, which we're doing now. And he's given me enough room, but say it would have been lovely if it was more than a third of the channel, but that's all right. We're just, how can we complain about anything on such a beautiful day? Right in the log, underway, everything's cool. All right, so I'm gonna click off, and I will see you when we get over to the ship. Okay, so we're coming up to this ship up here, straight ahead. Well, kind of straight ahead, this one right here. And if you notice, I'm approaching at an angle like this. And that's because we're in the anchorage, so I don't have to worry about hitting the dock or anything. I want to get way over here like this and then round up on it and get parallel with it and drive it right up to the ship. That's my plan. And there's a couple things on a beautiful day like this that we can take note of. If you notice, you can see a little bit of the tide working off of the stern of the ship. See this tide line right over here like this, and so the ship would be pointing into the tide. There's no wind right now other than you see our flags moving, but that's the apparent wind of us moving at almost 9 knots headed for the ship right now. So I'm moving right along. So this thing should slow down relatively quickly because it's a 30 barge, not a 50 barge, and it's just got a squirt of fuel in it. It's not like a loaded thing. But I think I still should slow down a little bit so I don't mess this up. So I'm coming over right all the time, and I really don't want to do that. I'm doing that because it's natural to do that. But I really want to get up, almost like have where the line of the ship goes this way. I want to get right to that line and turn. That's going to help me out when I get up to the ship. We've talked about this a million times before, but you can see the rake of the ship. And if people wonder why is there a rake if it's so dangerous for people like me come alongside, well, I only come alongside every once in a while, and they don't really care about me. They care about them. And a ship that would be flat in the stern would be very difficult to maneuver, like to steer in a following sea. So this ship, when it's going and a big 20-foot sea is rolling behind them, and in a following sea, it'll lift the stern up and roll down that way. But if it was a big square stern, it would just push on the stern and push the thing sideways, and that would be a terrible thing. All right, I cannot resist the temptation anymore. I am coming right, and probably a good thing. All right, I'm gonna bring the throttles back to clutch. I'm down to 6 knots right now. Oh, Chief, hey, we're getting close.
I'm on the way out.
I almost forgot to tell the chief that good to go out there. Oh, it is such a beautiful morning. We've had just a whole string of incredible weather this last week. Not a cloud in the sky, and I'm really feeling like I'm going to be paying for this. Any of you that might follow SV Paquita, my other channel, first of all, thank you so much. Anybody that wants to help me out, go over there and give me a like and a subscribe. That really helps out a lot. I'm trying to grow that channel. But anyway, they'll know that I've been doing this big refit on the boat, and I've got everything all ready to do. I've got the bottom blasted, media blasted. I've got to put a barrier coat on, and then this really finicky stuff called copper coat. And okay, I'm down to 3.9 knots. Getting lined up. I was worried that my stern was falling under their stern, but no, it looks like we've got it just fine. And being a tanker, their connection is probably going to be more midship, so I should be able to land on the flat without any trouble. And because it's relatively light, it's a barge without a lot of product on it, I should be able to walk it over sideways too. So all those things will help me out. But the other thing I was saying about my other channel is that we've had such good weather here, and in just about, well, let's see, it's Friday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. In 6 days, I should be back at my boat, and I need like a total of 5 days without any rain to get this water-based paint on there. You say, why are you putting water-based paint on a boat? It's actually an epoxy that cleans up with water. When it hardens, it takes a while. It takes a while to harden, but when it comes like steel on there.
Sorry, Tim, I was just passing his turn.
All right, you're the man. Thank you so much, Paul. Another one of my favorite tankermen. Paul has the distinction of being a dual license guy. He went to school, got his degree in marine biology, and then went and got a license. Was a commercial fisherman for a while, and then he started sailing deep sea.
Look about 25 wide from the bow.
Alright, I shouldn't have any trouble walking over, so what I figured I'll do is we'll get up to where the connection is and then squeeze her over. At least that's the plan. Alright, we're doing 3.2. I'm all stopped, so I'm just coasting into position. In fact, I'm going to give it some more left rudder just to try to get that bow to start diving in. But remember, it doesn't steer well when I'm not in gear, because it's just the water going by the rudder. Alright, so now I'm getting close. I'm going to put the rudder back amidship, get ready to clutch them in astern.
15 wide on your bow.
Okay, the bow's taken off now, good, so that's good. Very good. So, I'm going to go and give it a shot astern to slow it down. I'm at 2.3 knots right now. And when I have difficulty walking...
Alright, we're going to be getting our first line here pretty soon. About 8 foot wide off the bow. 15 on the stern.
Alright. So here's a trick for you guys that anybody with a recreational boat that tries to walk in the way that I talk about it. When I'm saying walking, for those that don't know...
Tim's still got about 30 to come ahead or so.
Yes, sir. I'm going to walk it right up there. So
Alright, I figured I'd grab two on this single chalk that's up there, just off our bow.
Sounds good. So, yeah, walking is where I have the rudder to the right, but I have my port engine astern and my starboard engine ahead, which is kind of backwards of what you would normally do. And that actually helps you to go sideways. Now, if you try to do that on your own personal boat, unless you have like a pontoon boat or something like that where your engines are very far apart, it's
Alright, Tim, anywhere in this neighborhood.
Alright, we'll put the brakes on right here. You might have a little bit more of a difficult time doing that if you because we have really big rudders, and obviously we're moving a really big mass, but it's very hard to walk a boat that has tiny little rudders. But the thing that you can do to get away from that is to walk not at 90 degrees, but maybe at 45 degrees. so you do the same thing, but you get that forward motion, and then you're using the water in the side of your boat almost as a rudder at that point. So that's just something, if you're trying to do it on your own personal boat and you've got a twin screw boat, that's something you can try. But if you have something like a go fast boat, like a cigarette boat, and you've got two engines right close to each other in the middle, it's going to be harder to walk that than it would be if you had something with the engines way outboard. The further outboard they are, the better it walks. All right, anyway, back to Paul. So Paul got a degree in marine biology. He got his captain's license. He went deep sea. He was working deep sea, and meaning that means on ships like this one here. And I don't know if he got, sometimes they get laid off, or sometimes they just go off contract or whatever. And he was talking to one of his friends, and his friend said, "Hey."
All right, Tim, that's good enough. We're just going to make this one off. If you can hang on a little bit, we'll keep working.
You got it. So one of his friends says, "Yeah, I'm over here working as a tankerman at the company, and it's great."
Okay, Chief is all fast and tightening up now.
All right, and that line that's tight, that's leading back. Like if I want to pull the bow in, I need to back up, right?
Yes, sir, that's correct. Fender's hanging about 6 off.
All right, very good. Bringing her over now. So he came over to work with his friend, and he's been happy as a tankerman ever since. And he's really cool. I really enjoy my time talking with Paul. One of those really smart guys, and it's kind of cool because and incidentally, this is I guess it's the season to be talking this way. But he and I are about 180 degrees apart from each other politically, but because he's such a smart guy, it's never an issue. And although I don't like to talk about politics on this channel, I would like to talk about people, because I think...
You understand, you got that line chattering.
Alright, thank you. I would like to talk about what's important to make a crew work, and that works. It's a good metaphor for life as well, I think. And I think that if you're friends with somebody and then they don't agree with you politically, and you feel that you have to ruin your friendship over that, in my mind, that's a sign of a lack of intelligence. I think that many of us can comprehend the idea that we might pray to different gods. At least in this country, most of us feel that way. Doesn't matter who you are. Some people have evolved enough to not even care who you decide to love or have in your family. So why would you think that for some reason you getting angry with your brother or your friend or whatever and trying to win an argument, how is that making you smart? And I think that the people with a higher capacity to understand things realize, hey, you know what, who I check, which box I check in a voting booth really shouldn't interfere with how I feel about you as a friend and how you feel about me. I should respect your wishes, and you should respect mine. And I would like to say that I wish that all of America would be that way, but I don't think we're the only ones with that problem these days. That's going on all over the place. So, don't look stupid. You can roll your eyes and be disgusted with your friend's political choices, but keep it to yourself. He doesn't want to hear it, and you got about as much chance of changing his political ideology as you do about having him change religions. Okay, enough of that. Alright, they're tying it up. This is it. Hopefully I'll never say anything about politics again. You guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Really appreciate it. Hey, you know something? I've been seeing other YouTube creators talk about this, and I thought they were just doing something weird, but apparently it's a real thing because it's happening with me as well. people that have been subscribed to the channel are mysteriously being unsubscribed. Not like they're not doing it. And this has happened to me. The people that I follow, I'm no longer following anymore. So I don't know what the algorithm's doing. I don't know what it is. But if you watch these videos and you want to support the channel, I think I've got about a third of the viewing audience is actually subscribed. Really like to get that number up. It helps the channel out. It gets it out to more people. The algorithm grabs more of it, that sort of stuff. So make sure that you subscribe, ring the bell so you can be notified when new video goes out. And head on over to Paquita and SV Paquita. I'll put a link in the description, and hopefully you'll see all the things there. And big shout out to you guys, you patrons. Patrons, you guys rule. You're the heart of the channel. All right, enough of that. You guys take care, be safe, and as always, I'll see you on the one.